Eagles fly and hit a telephone wire. Hit 'em low, hit 'em high. You won't win a chance of the pie. Blow, Eagles blow, from a filtered Patriots fan. Fuckyou. Sorry, I just had to do that. Anyway, let's talk about the Philadelphia Eagles in this What If. The Philadelphia Eagles were a decent team in the NFL that actually started out kind of slow and picked up speed. Heck, one year they even merged with Pittsburgh, only because of the war. The Eagles would be famous in the 1940 for what happened in the 1948 NFL championship game because of a blinding snowstorm in Philadelphia that basically only had scored 7-0. There were like stories about people coming to the gate with shovels to dig out of like 10, 12 feet of snow and all that, and they got to go in the game for no charge. Community spirit, eh? So anyway, the Eagles in the 50s were not really that well known, but in 1960 they took home the NFL championship from the Green Bay Packers, thanks to Norm Van Brocklyn's great performances. And of course, he was MVP that year. Unfortunately, after that, the Eagles just went downhill. 1968 was a tale of just terrible play. Their coach sucked, that being Joe Kaharick. The owner gave him a 15-year extension, even though that he was not a good coach. He'd rather stay in the college rates. He should have been in the college rates. But anyhow, Kaharick was being threatened and all that. The players didn't like him. The players moved away from him on the sidelines because someone might go after Kaharick, but may hit one of the players. The Eagles actually embraced losing because they were looking for that draft pick for being O.J. Simpson. One problem, though. The Eagles picked up a couple of key wins. Key, if you will. But anyway, they win a couple of games. The Bills get the rights to O.J. Simpson. Eagles fans take their frustrations out on Santa Claus by snowballing him. It's a tradition. I think that's still happening again. Of course, the Eagles moved into Veterans Stadium, one of the worst stadiums to have football games because of, the cookie cutter style stadium and the turf. God, the turf. Anyway, Eagles fans were just lethargic and apathetic. The Eagles had a moment of brightness in 1978 when they ended up going to the playoffs as a wildcard team. They actually were in wildcard contention when they went into Giant Stadium to play the Giants, but lost a key game. Or did they? Joe Pisarcik, the quarterback, decided to try to hand off to Larry Sonka. And then it bounced right into Eagles cornerback. And, hello, you play to win the game. Herman Edwards. Herman Edwards scored the touchdown. The Eagles kept their playoff hopes alive. The Giants fired the coach and offensive coordinator. And that's why you see a lot of teams with the famous kneel down. It's actually been speculated that they tried to kneel the ball down a couple of times, but Philadelphia lineman Bill Bergey actually slammed into one of the players that slammed into Pisarcik. And Pisarcik said, "We better run the ball." That probably was it. That's a fact. Anyway, so the Eagles in the 1980s shocked a lot of people, especially going into the 1981 Super Bowl, that being Super Bowl 15 against the Oakland Raiders. They shocked Dallas in Dallas to get a piece of that pie. One problem for Ron Jaworski, or Jaws as he was known as, he just couldn't get past Harvey Martin. Was it Harvey Martin? There was some guy. I don't know who the guy who picked him off 3 times. Well, that couldn't be Harvey Martin. I don't know who it was. It's fuzzy who that Oakland guy was who picked him off 3 times. Anyway, the Raiders win the Super Bowl. Jim Plunkett is a hero. And the Eagles went back to the drawing board. Or so it seemed. The 80s would be filled with unrecreated promise, the late 80s, due to the fact that they picked up Randall Cunningham. I don't know how they got Randall Cunningham, but anyway, Randall Cunningham is a hero. The running quarterback was going to be fantastic. Unfortunately, injuries just ruined him and the Eagles for many years. The Eagles actually had a good season in '94 when, yes, Rich Kotite, who was known for destroying the Jets in '95, '96, Kotite wanted a contract and all that. He looked like he was going to get a contract, but the owners said, let's wait and see. Kotite screwed everything up, and quarterbacking was not the best part. Eagles lost on the final day of the year, and they lost the playoffs. The Eagles were involved in the 95-96 playoffs in a famous 58-37 win over the Detroit Lions that was one of the highest scoring games of all time, 95 points. In fact, the highest postseason scoring thing until Cardinals Packers 51-45 overtime thriller back in 2010. So, anyway, the Eagles had troubles. But in '99, they picked up Donovan McNabb. They drafted him. They looked good. The fans booed for Donovan McNabb. They thought they wanted Ricky Williams. But everything worked out okay. New Orleans traded their entire draft to Washington to get Ricky Williams. And Donovan McNabb led the Eagles to many playoff appearances in the 2000s. Unfortunately, in a 3-year stretch, the Eagles could not get out of the NFC title game. 2002, they had a chance to sink the St. Louis Rams. Didn't work. 2003, they had a chance to sink the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Didn't work. 2004, they had a chance to sink the Carolina Panthers. Didn't work. 2005, they actually got to the Super Bowl. Fourth time lucky. They got to the Super Bowl. They got to face the New England Patriots. But unfortunately, bad time management by Andy Reid ruined the Eagles as the Pats won that Super Bowl 24-21. The Eagles would go on to try desperately to get to Super Bowl. One great chance they had was 2009 going into Arizona to face the Cardinals, who I thought were overrated. Nope. Eagles lose. Another NFC title game. Poor Andy Reid. He's just like Schottenheimer. When it comes to the playoffs, this regular season superstar coach fades in the end. So anyway, Andy Reid leaves. Philadelphia has a few head coaches, but shockingly, 2018 was just amazing for them in the playoffs, despite losing number one, or was it number two? Number 2 overall pick Carson Wentz from North Dakota State. You're thinking, North Dakota State? They don't have a good football program. Oh, yes, they do. They do have a good FCS or Division II program. So anyway, Carson Wentz went down with an injury. Nick Foles from Arizona, well, University, comes in, lifts the Eagles to a few key wins. They beat the Minnesota Vikings to get to the Super Bowl, and all of a sudden, they were playing the New England Patriots 13 years later. I was hoping for a Patriots Super Bowl win. No. The Philly special ruined me. I should be technically happy because one of the star Philly wide receivers, Alshon Jeffrey, his last name is how it's how my legal first name is spelled. Jefffery. And that's the truth. That's how my name is spelled. But of course, I like to go by Jeff, obviously, because I'm in my 30s. So anyway, good old Alshon Jeffrey. But anyway, the Eagles didn't do that badly last year, but they just couldn't get over the hump. So anyway, this what if I decided to do the 2003 Eagles, mostly because they lost the NFC title game to a team they should have beaten, that being the Carolina Panthers. The Panthers actually got fortunate that 2003 playoffs. They had to go to double overtime against the St. Louis Rams, and both teams missed key field goals in overtime. And then in double overtime, Steve Smith, first play in overtime, touchdown catch. Damn it. I'm thinking, okay, well, the Eagles will finally get to the Super Bowl. Wrongo. The Panthers win. It would have been a big deal if the Eagles and Steelers. Remember, the Steelers were in the Super Bowl. Were trying to get to the Super Bowl that year. Or was it? Yeah. Ben Roethlisberger, I think it was. Or was it 2005? No, sorry, it was 2005. Talking about Eagles Steelers. I think. Yeah, I think the Patriots beat the Colts in 2004 for the Super Bowl because I know Roethlisberger was superb in 2004 season for them. Anyway, I digress. So those Eagles would be on the warpath, if you will. So the Philadelphia Eagles should have beaten Carolina. They should have went to that Super Bowl against the Patriots at Reliance Stadium in Houston. So you'll be thinking to yourself, well, why not? Why not try? And let's do it. So basically, you got the 12-4 Eagles against the 14-2 Patriots. Reliance Stadium is where the game was held, so that's where we are going to be. And we find ourselves with an Eagles victory. Nope. It was a close game, though. 27-19 Patriots give Philly another loss. Jeez. The what ifs just keep going bad and bad. The key to this game was the fourth quarter. It was actually tight through 3 quarters. McNabb to Todd Pinkston for a touchdown to make it 7-0. Deion Branch got a touchdown pass from Tom Brady to make it 7-7. And then it was a battle of field goals, mostly for second and third quarters. Minus a Kevin Falk touchdown catch from Tom Brady. 1917 Eagles. Patriots, 24 yards, Antoine Smith, touchdown. And then Vinatieri from 47, save ball. And the New England Patriots win 27-19. Tom Brady is the hero. They named him the MVP. Antoine Smith and Kevin Falk, not bad with their running game. Deuce Staley got 82 yards running. Todd Pinkston did okay. But in the butt end of things, it was Donovan McNabb, 12 for 23, 137. Okay, he got a touchdown, fine. But Tom Brady, 17 for 26, 213, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. And the interception was by Michael Lewis. David Akers kicked 4 field goals, and Vinatieri kicked 2. It was a battle of field goals, but the Eagles kicked too many field goals. They only got 1 touchdown, and that was in the first quarter. It's kind of bad luck. I mean, they should have done much better, but they didn't, and they paid the ultimate price. The New England Patriots win another Super Bowl, just for the heck of it.